All right, Josh, let's talk about this. So, I might as well just make this a part 3 because I want to touch on what I saw. I saw Tyson Fury. He talked about how he put a video up of him knocking Wilder out and he took it back down. He said instead of making fun of Wilder, he decided, talking about all this, he's going to pray and ask Jesus to do this and that and all that bullshit. But this isn't the first time. The same exact scenario happened in the past. Okay, minus Fury posting a video of him knocking Wilder out, but the same thing, okay? Saying he's going to pray for him. Wilder's a sick man, like something's really wrong with him. He's definitely a victim of mental health issues. None of you can deny that. I don't care how much you love Wilder as a fighter or whatever the fuck it is you love about him, because Wilder himself has admitted mental health issues several times. In fact, I forget the guy's name that said he really diagnosed Wilder as having mental health issues. And all these people, oh, that's irresponsible for him to say that because this, that, and the third. I sat there before this man said that and watched the video of Wilder talk about he got to the point where he had a loaded gun, put it to his head, was about to take his own life. And what stopped him from doing it was his daughter. Okay? If I'm gone, who's going to take care of her? How does she make it without me? Type of thing. Okay? A normal person don't put a gun to their head and want to take their own life. You going through something. So the fact of the matter is, people was just taking his side about everything because people don't do any research, any homework. They just hear something and they go along with it. I said this and I said it before. If Wilder had proof, Fury's ass would be in jail already. They went from one excuse of they're going to wait till after the third fight, right? Then they're going to present all this evidence and get this dirty motherfucker out the sport. That didn't happen. What happened? Did you make a bet with yourself? If I lose, then I'm not going to show the information? You mean to tell me way back then you thought to yourself, in 2026 or 2027 or whatever, I'm going to make a documentary and a movie about this whole thing and expose him? Oh, then he's going to go to jail? I told you guys, Fury's not going anywhere. If Fury was going to go to jail, it would have already been a situation. Wilder knows that this generation is attracted to drama. They don't even care about truth. They just care about entertainment. So even if they believe him, it doesn't change the ass whoopings he took. And in fact, he said he has artifacts and he had proof and evidence and all the people that he's going to have come forward about whatever. Okay, you could have already done that. And this is what always makes me go back to that day when I say he's fake. Because when you saw this motherfucker talk about, oh, the squad, and you made it your business to go over there and shake his hand and give him a hug and say it was good seeing him. Did you forgive him or forget about it and you wasn't thinking about it and then all of a sudden, what, are you bipolar? It just goes and it comes? Because if you are my enemy and you did some shit like that, there's no way that I'm going to sit back and go, oh, there goes such and such. Let me go give him a hug. Bomb squad, man, fuck your bitch ass. Simple. Simple. Or don't say a word and walk right past him. He chose to hug him. He's never going to get over Fury. Wilder want to get more attention to himself was, of course, he's going to get paid off this documentary and whatever movie they got going on. And he's trying to build excitement towards it. He wants to get people to realize that this is in the works or whatever. And so, yeah, if Fury's not going to jail, what's the purpose of this documentary? What's the purpose of this? What is the significance? What's going to come out of this? People just having opinions? People just having opinions? Now, here's the deal. He said to Simon Jordan, tell him to sue me then. Tell him to sue me then. And we'll see with all this evidence, right? Wilder sat here and told all of you that watched that video, you heard him say, I'm gonna go to my grave knowing the truth. But it's hard to convince people when you don't have proof. Now all of a sudden he has proof. Guys, see, this is why that part of this is not a good look. Because if you have common sense, you know damn well there's nothing you have now that you didn't have before. Okay, and according to all that stuff they said, Fury's ass is still free. Once again, he brings up being a black man, they always gonna choose the white man's side. And right? But like I said already, he chose to make money and break bread with the white man. So this is what I'm saying. It's like whenever he wants to get a point across about himself, that's when he go into all this black shit. Man, look, if Tyson Fury, him saying, I pray for Deontay Wilder and this, that, and all that, I'll tell you some shit, man. Wilder doesn't have any proof. He doesn't have proof. People make claims, right? Like, and people say a whole lot of things. People don't understand the difference between claims and proof. Like, you can sit here and say, did you know that God made the moon crack in half? Yeah? That's what you read in the Quran? Well, yeah. Well, tell me this. Tell me this. What proof do you have that ever happened? The proof, because it's in the Quran. Motherfucker, that's the claim, not the proof. And people don't understand the difference between the two. So, case in point, what is Wilder going to show you in 2026 or whenever the fuck this stuff's will be coming out? What is he going to show you that he couldn't show you back then? He was already supposed to do this, right? Show everybody the proof. After admitting he had none. Wilder's trying to get as much money as he can. He knows his boxing career is pretty much at the end. And he knows that it's also a possibility that he could lose to Derek Chisora. So if he does that, it's like, why book him for another fight against who? Like, who even cares? You understand what I'm saying? If he wins, you go forward, but to who? And unless you're going to do what I said, Joe Joyce, Gillian White, somebody that has respect on their names, but they're over the hill. Unless you're going to do that, and even if he does that, none of that, beating none of those guys warrants a title shot. But, end of the day, this is this whole feminine bullshit. This is this theatrical shit. This is that whole, here we are talking about Derek Chisora, right? I told you I ain't want to talk about that. He left. Now, Derek Chisora also left from that interview. But here's my thing, right? Regardless to who believe you and don't believe you, the words that you say, when you present any of this shit and Fury don't go to jail, and you say it's because he's a white man and the white men always get their way, society is racist, all the shit that you already knew before you and your fan base praised him and was calling yourselves number one and number two in the sport, right? And if you say, well, that's before we knew this shit, then you're hypocrites as far as that goes. Wilder said we knew about Fury before we even fought him. We always knew what time it was with Fury, but you fought him anyway. Fury was a big fat motherfucker, came back, fought two meatballs, and basically looked bad against Wallin, even though he got the win later on. And y'all felt like, okay, we gonna beat this motherfucker. He done came back with this obesity story and all, and pretty much y'all, this is what y'all was looking at. And I'm telling you right now, all of what was said and all that 2-3 years of this bullshit going on and glove gate and all that. Look at everything that happened. Look at everything that happened. So when you go on record to say he cheated all 3 times, then say, well, I know he cheated in the first one and blaming the referee. I mean, everybody. In the second one or the third one, you can't remember what fight it was. This same guy who broke down on stage crying about mental health issues, about a situation that had, remember that? This man ain't gonna never know what it's like to be a father. all that crazy shit, right? All right. Now, here's the crazy thing. Let's say Wilder, because Wilder, I don't think Wilder got smart people around him. I really don't think the people around Wilder are too sharp. Deontay Wilder doesn't realize this. You have a fucking documentary, movie, whatever, with a bunch of claims, but no proof. You do realize that Fury can sue you, right, for defamation of character? And that little money, that money you making right now, some of that will be going right into his fucking bank account. Because when you don't have proof, you got to be real careful with this shit. You really got to be real careful with this kind of shit. Because when you don't have proof of something, and here's my thing. Everything that took place in that ring could have been very easily. There's no way. The gloves got to come off their hands. The gloves got to come off their hands. So, in one instance where you said he had no padding in his glove, another instance where you said he had an egg waiting it. How do you know that? And they said, where are the gloves? See, that's going to be part of what people are saying in Wilder's defense. Yeah, boy, it ain't like he got the glove. You mean to tell me Wilder, as a grown man, don't have common sense to know, hey, yo, nah, ain't no padding in those gloves. Go check his glove. This is shit that should have happened right there in the ring. Even when they, at the post, you could have easily, like, nah, fuck this. I want them gloves inspected. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. It ain't like he can snatch the fucking padding out and then stuff them back in. No. That shit is sewed up in there. So if it's loose and it comes out, then we know. Come on, man. Come on. And this is the thing about it. He's going to be more known for this diva controversial shit. All this cinematic shit, more so than what he could have been doing in the ring. And what he's already done. Simply because a lot of people got fed up with Wilder after he got beat the last time. And then, coming back to this fight, this guy ranked 230, a lot of people, they just didn't say much about it, and they just, man, shit is hard to watch. I'm not even watching this shit, type of thing. And when you look at the fact that right now, he's back to just making claims and saying what happened. See, all that yelling, screaming, and walking off the show, I'm glad he gave it to Simon Jordan the way he did. But see, the thing is, when you say you don't want to talk about Fury, you shouldn't talk about him at all. And you want to know when the perfect time to talk about him is? When you're promoting this documentary and this movie, and a fight is not even in the mix. And the reason for that is this. If you're going to say, I don't want to talk about this motherfucker, right? But you end up talking about this motherfucker, then it's like, all right, it makes zero sense because your focus is the guy that you get ready to fight now, right? So why are we talking about this guy? I respect and appreciate that. That I agree with. But for you to just be in a position of, I don't want to talk about this motherfucker. Then a video pops up and you're talking about him, making all these accusations, right? The worst part about all that for Wilder is you can see that shit still affects him. It still bothers him. He's not gotten over it. Even though he said he has. He's at peace with himself. God is good. You can't stop what God got planned for you and blah, blah, blah. I mean, all that shit he said. I'm in a different space. Remember? All these things. But you can clearly see that he's not. He's never, ever going to get over Fury. And let me say this, man. It don't matter if you put up a poll and let's say the majority of the people on this planet that know about the situation said, I think Fury did cheat. It does nothing to take away the ass whoopings that he took. And his wins are not coming off the fucking record. This is nothing more than a way for Wilder to make some extra money, to try to get more attention from the people, to get people, interested in him all over again. And at the end of the fucking day, man, I mean, what does this solve? Because Fury's not going to jail. So even after your little documentary and the movie comes out and this motherfucker is still free, that's the whole thing. What's the point? What is the point? And if you end up getting sued with defamation of character, once again, you're going to be the one losing, and you're going to be saying, but the white man and the white man and the white man. And this is what the fuck we were saying way back then when you should have been fighting Anthony Joshua is, look at what he's doing. All these other black content creators were talking about how this black fighter could fight this black fighter and make money with that black fighter. This black fighter could make money with that black fighter, and right? But for some reason, it was different for Deontay. For some reason, it was different. Just like when I said, if Terrence Crawford is going to continue to fight, right, and stay at 168, who better than Jermell Charlo? Close in age, he's 36, Crawford's 38, 39, whatever. Okay, go make some money with Jamal Charlo. Everybody, oh, but no, you got everybody that's not a black fighter. That's who Terrence Crawford should be fighting. And Jamal Charlo is undefeated. But no, and this is my point. It's always, you know, even these black content creators that claim they're so for the black cause and all that, they're selective with who they want to see do what. So now, this is your mess that you helped create by trusting the white man. Huh? You and he, the two best heavyweights in the world. That's what you deemed him, right? Number two. He called you number two. But now look at this shit. You had so much hatred towards Anthony Joshua. You act like you can't stand the guy. See him in person and smile and shake his hand. Then talk shit about him after. Remember all he kept smiling, shaking his hand. And then when AJ's not there, I can see the fear in his eyes. And I'm like, yeah, something is wrong with Deontay, man. Something is definitely wrong with Deontay. I knew it way before that, but something is definitely wrong with him. And the one man, there's no way that you can tell me you have some peace inside, or you at peace with yourself and you forgave, you know, you all Fury or whatever, and you making a documentary and a movie about it. Hey y'all, the documentary and the movie going to explain that I never lost, that I was cheated. Yet, this attempted murderer is still free. But I got a motherfucking documentary and a movie out. See, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Younger fighters, hopefully people in life just learn from this kind of shit, man. When you do spiteful shit and your ignorance and your arrogance and ego get the best of you, it comes back and haunts you. You know, that's that I don't need you, you need me. Only belt that matters is the green belt. All them other belts don't mean nothing. I don't need them. I don't even want them belts. Right. So you wait till you turn 40 to want to become undisputed. Y'all believe that? Y'all know better than that. Case in point, this documentary is not going to expose shit. I don't care how many of these little goofy ass divas. See, yeah, he cheated. Good. Right. Because Wilder is saying the same shit he already said. And even if a doctor says, well, the dent in his head shows that he was hit with something, the form of an egg weight, like what he said before, right? Okay. Even in that sense, Deontay could have went somewhere and fell, hit his head. Do you understand any of that shit that he claimed? How come Deontay don't have a dent in his head anymore? Just, you understand what I'm saying? All this shit that people hear and look at, then they forget it and act like they don't remember. But I remember this shit. This is just while they're trying to find more ways to make some money. If Wilder deep down inside have convinced himself to believe that Fury cheated and all that, and he don't want to sue this motherfucker and take him to court, because why? For one, to even say, tell him to sue me so you can counter sue. The fuck do you mean? You should be doing that already. You should be doing this shit already, especially when you got the documentary and the movie. Okay, so why not sue him? What some stipulation? Either you sue him and you cancel the movie and the documentary? No, motherfucker, no. You should already be suing a man that you claim cheated and tried to kill you, because that's what he be trying to do. He's not trying to outpoint you by putting an egg weight in his glove or taking the pattern out of his glove. He's trying to kill you. But you're not going to sue him. You're going to counter sue if he tries to sue you. Come on, man. Come on, man. This shit is so childish that it's like, all right, well, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. but Fury will still be free, walking around here doing whatever he's doing, his comeback fight or whatever, and all you're going to do is try to get people on your side to try to get, your name back out there. It's too late, bro. You guys are past your prime. You're over the hill. Your time is come and gone, and that's what people don't realize. But there are some people that do realize it. Plain and simple, this whole thing is silly, and I believe, plain and simply, that after all of this shit happens, Wilder is trying to put himself in a better financial situation, and that's pretty much the most that's going to get accomplished. Bottom line. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys right now. I'll catch you guys on the next video.